Welcome back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Sam the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. Welcome back to the Lovely Lab. Alright guys, so today we are going to be finishing up the last step on the sewing journal, which is binding it, adding that signature into the book and closing it up so that I can send it out. Alright, and we will be using the book binding kit that I received from Beebeecraft. Now everything that's in this basket right now are the items that came in the kit. So we've got the threads, we've got the auger, I think that's what it's called. Katina, is that correct? The clips, we don't need the boning folders, but they also sent, it also has in the kit these needles. Now I have I think I would like to use the red thread today, simply because it's a wax thread, but when I took a strand of it out, even though it looks like a dark red here, when you when it's unrolled, it's not as dark. So let me just show you what I mean by that. If you look here, you see what I mean? It's not as dark as it looks on the roll. So that's the one I would prefer for the sewing journal. And off camera, I went on ahead and backed this edge fabric with some scrap fabric, just so that it wouldn't be too thin, and to just add a little bit more support to the cover. Okay, so let me set that aside and get some things in place. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys have managed to staying safe and checking on your elderly and finding things to keep you inspired so that you can keep creating. I myself have definitely not run out of videos to watch. You guys keep putting them out. I'll keep watching them. Sometimes I'll put a video on and I'm not actually watching it. Sometimes I'll just glance over while I'm folding laundry or cooking. Yeah, because I have it on in the kitchen while I'm cooking. I just put my tablet on a little stand. I don't have it in here, but it's a stand to hold plates. It's a plate holder, actually, is what it is. But I just bend it out a little bit to hold that. Nevertheless, I stay busy. And I keep you guys on in the background. So for those of you who have YouTube channels, I'm watching you. If you're watching me, I'm probably watching you too. And for those of you who are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of the crafty uploads, whether it's junk journal making, card making, paper crafting, DIYs, a few hauls here and there. I'm not a big shopper, but I do share with you the things that I pick up to add to my craft stash that you might find helpful. Anyways, okay, so moving right along. So the first thing I need to do is punch holes in here. But before I do that, I need to make sure everything is secured. So I'm going to use the binder clips that they sent me. And they are so pretty. Like perfect for an Instagram photo. And if I had if my other phone was working properly, that's exactly what I would be doing. Taking a photo in process of this the journal. Alright, and I think I showed you the rest of the journal tags, journal cards, yeah, that I stitched. There we go. I'm losing my thoughts. See, my son is in the back. He's usually noisy in the background, so it keeps me kind of talking over him, but he's actually asleep now, and it's only 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. He went to sleep about 30 minutes ago, so I'm trying to use this time to, get this here part done. in silence, because God knows when he wakes up, he's going to be ready to get on his FaceTime and chat with his friends or something. And I also finished off this little extra note. I stitched that and glued it down because it's lifting up right there. And then I'm just turning that back around. And then I created this little paper clip with that, which I think is so stinking cute, isn't it? So we'll add that in there. Alright, so I think she's ready to go. Yeah. So let me open it up. Make sure that everything is lined up the way I want it to be. And it's my understanding that you don't really want to leave it like that when you punch the holes. You kind of want it on an angle. So there's that. You got that, guys? Doing it on an angle. So we're going to clip this in place. Clip this in place here. And then we'll do the same to the top. And those binder clips, they sit firm. They are not loose at all. Let me make sure. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Now I have this just so that I don't pierce my desk. Okay. Now what I'm going to use, which wasn't included in the kit, is this page, this whole guide that I purchased and downloaded. It's a template that I purchased and downloaded from ScrapCraftastic, and I will drop a link below to her shop, and if I could find the link to the template, I'll drop that below instead. And what she provides you with is let me get that right. Okay, so this is a half page, the A5, and I'm not familiar with all the different sizes for journals and bullet journals and all that other stuff, so if you're familiar with it, then you know what it is. But it says 1/2 inch signature spacing saddle stitch template. So I don't know what a saddle stitch is. I'm not familiar. I just know what I do, which I don't know if it's a saddle stitch, a long stitch, I don't know. Okay, but she shows you what each marking represents, and then you can use it. What you do is you cut this out. So what I did was, you can cut this out and use this for the A5. Yeah. All right, and so I'm using the half page A5, and I'm using her holes. But because this is smaller, I'm using different parts of her holes because I need it to cover a big enough space for the pocket to have 2 holes to secure it in place and to still catch the upper part of this. So this is actually how it's going to be. I actually need to fold this the opposite way. So that's how we'll do that. Okay, and let me see. Let me fold this in half. And then I will know in just a minute where my halfway mark is. So I'm measuring this at 5.5 inches. So it's 2.75 will be my halfway mark. Oh, good God, bumping. 2.75. Bear with me, folks. 2, 1, 2. There we go. This would be the center. It'll be right here. So then I'm going to line up, so I can line it up like that. Okay. Line up my center stitch right there. And then I'll use the auger to pierce through it. So let me make sure that and I've never used this before, so you guys are getting first hand, folks. Oh, that was pretty simple. Let's see if I got all the way through, and I did. Alright, so just close that and make sure that it's actually going on the hole. Back down. Okay. Alright, so we got through that one. This one here, and it's still lined up with that hole, so we're doing good there. And then we'll do the final one. And thank goodness for this template, because that means you don't have to try and measure going out. You just see me struggle measuring it all together. So do yourself a favor, grab a template and make your life a little easier. Alright, so, and then I use this over and over again. I have another one. I can't find it, but I can always reprint it, which I was not going to do, hence the whole reason why I had to use this one. I think there's a smaller one that I used before. Anyways, so we've got the holes punched. Now let's get, we're doing this in real time, folks. We're doing this in real time. Oh, wait a minute. We've got to punch holes through the cover. Yay! Alright, so let me make sure I have this centered properly. Okay. Keep that on an angle. I'm going all the way through there because it's hitting the foam underneath. We got that one, and now we have that one as well. Wait a minute. That's not centered. I'm gonna have to do that again. Thank goodness I'm covering this. See where the holes ended up? That's on the corner, and I don't want that there. So make sure, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this and hold it, get it where I want it on here. Okay, now I think we can get it. Because we don't want it out too far past this. We don't want it past here. Yep, that's the center. Nope, still didn't get it. Let's see. We're going to cheat. We will use this to create the holes where we want them. Okay. We should be able to get it now. Much better. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so the trick now at this point is making sure it's going to line up properly, heaven forbid. But thank goodness for reinforced, what do you call it? Reinforced covers. Alright, so let's find a good needle. I'm going to use this straight upholster needle. Alright. And I have a few of those. They sit next to me in one of these. But for the purposes of this video and demo, I am going to use what they sent me so that you will know that you too can do it with the bookbinding kit from Beebeecraft. Alright, so let's get ourselves enough thread. Three times the amount, I think. Should be enough. My lighting isn't the best today because it's overcast and I'm relying on the light from my window. Alright, so let us see what we get here. Alright. That just does not seem like it should be. That's not enough. Alright. I'm going to need about 24 inches. I feel like I need about 24 inches. Let me see. That's 12. That's 24. Still don't feel like enough. I'll say 36. Alright, we'll say 36, folks. Let's start off with 36. And I will use this extra piece for the next project. Actually, no, I have to put the, there's a button that I wanted to put on somewhere in here. So I'll use it for that. Alright, so let's get started. Now I'm going to go in the inside, starting on the inside so that the last piece can come through and I can tie it off in the end, in the middle, to secure it. Alright, so here is where we get to see whether or not these holes worked out right. This is where the proof is in this pudding here. Okay. Alright, so now we will go. Which hole do I want to use? I want to use this one. Okay, that went through. There's no issue. Okay. Go back through this hole, making sure that I don't split the, I don't want to make that too tight. I don't want to split the thread. Why? You just don't want to. I don't know why. I've just heard many of the bookbinders say not to do it in videos. So I am not going, I'm going to take their word for it. It's probably not something I want to do, considering how difficult of a time I had simply getting the holes right. You know? Take it from the experts. Don't risk your sanity. Go with what works. Alright. Okay. And I feel like I need to go back through here. which I will do. No, you don't. You tie it right from here. Just make sure you tie it tight. Now there are different ways that you can do that, you know, to make sure, and you want to make sure that all of these are tight before you put that knot in it, so that it can remain where it's at and not be flopping around in the cover. All right, so got that there, and I wanted it to come out here. I can't remember the tie technique, but all's fair. Okay. So we have that. There's that. And the only other thing that I want to do, aside from putting, let's see, where is it at? Gracious. Now I've got to remember what I did with the closure. Yeah, closure. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use a black one. I think that's important. That'll go right here. Alright, so I always have to try to remember what goes where. Alright, so I need that to go here. Center there. Alright. Now we have, close that off. Just have to try to remember every time. Alright, so we got that there. We can put this through here, and hopefully all will be well with the closure as well. We're almost there, guys. Last thing we got to do is put the cover the side where the binding is, and we will be done. And I will add the thread off camera. So using some Fabric Fusion, which this isn't my favorite glue, by the way. Put my items up. The needle back in here. And I've got to put these in the needle book. It certainly did make having everything in one place, you know, in one kit, made it a lot easier than struggling. And I've got a bag for all of these. I need to put those together as well. You know, keep them all in one place and be able to locate them easily here in the craft, the lovely lab. All right, so let's go ahead and put this camouflage on. And that's basically what it is. Nobody needs to see how difficult of a time I had putting that on there. Getting those holes punched. That's the tricky part, in my opinion. It's not even making the book. The book was easy. It's making sure that the pages stay in place, you know. So again, I'm just using some fabric fusion, which I think it's similar to fabric tack, to make sure that this stays in place. This isn't as tacky as I would like for it to be, but it works. It does work. And most of those fabric glues are not cheap. You know, they are not price-wise. They're not comparable to regular craft glue. But it's best to invest in something that works. That's my tip for the day. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get this lined up. And which way did I want this to go? That way. I was going to do all that sliding. All right, we got it, girls and boys. Bring that over just a little bit more. When you want this to dry fast, it won't. And when you want it just to dry slow, is when it dries fast. All right, I should have had a paper towel on here. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to let that dry and add a tie so that I can wrap it around with some beads on it. And then I'll show you guys in an upcoming video, possibly, how that came out. But for now, I think it looks marvelous. All right. Now again, the kit that I used was the Bookbinding kit by Beebeecraft, and it can be found in the link below. And they also offer a variety of different types of craft products. So head on over, take a look. This is very affordable. I believe it was under $20 when I searched for it. It was either $20 or $25. But to be honest with you, for the price of the auger, the boning folders, and the thread, that's worth the entire kit. So anyways, thanks so much for joining me. If you're not already a current member of the Lovely community, go ahead and click the subscribe button and join the family. All right, it's free. It's free. I won't charge you. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you, in fact, found it useful, enjoyable, or if you're watching it. You know, I mean, you're watching the video. Hit the thumbs up button. It's not going to kill you. Anyways, guys, until we're back together again on YouTube, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative in crafting, and don't forget to check in on your elderly and your neighbors. Make sure that if you're good, the rest of your people are good, all right? Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.